what's the matter?
Obviously, I'm in quarantine just like the rest of you, and I've been spending an awful lot of time on social media. I obviously don't enjoy seeing news stories about what's going on right now. I don't like seeing the toll, if you know what I mean. YouTube's being kind of weird about that stuff with people, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not being terribly specific tonight. However, there is a pattern that I've been seeing, particularly on Twitter and on YouTube. Instagram has been a little bit calmer, but on Twitter and on YouTube, there's been a pattern, and it's a pattern that I very much expected as soon as I found out we were all going to be on lockdown. And unfortunately, the pattern more or less went like this. From about the first day to the third day of quarantine, I saw a lot of creators with 100K and above subscribers or followers tweeting and posting that they are sad about the reasons for the lockdown, but that they were also very optimistic and very excited because being in their home nonstop, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not allowed to really leave for any reason other than to buy, food and things like that that you need to survive. They were like, okay, if I'm just stuck in my house nonstop, this is great because I procrastinate a lot, or I get distracted by things, out in the world a lot and seeing people and going to events, and it gets in the way of my uploading schedule. But now that I'm stuck at home all the time, this is an amazing opportunity for me because it means that I have no excuses. I have all the time in the world to just sit here and film YouTube videos and put out Twitter content and Instagram content and Twitch and Discord and whatever other servers you're on. And they were very pumped up, very excited, very ready to go. Then you get to about the end of the first week of quarantine. This is when we started seeing the same people say, I don't know what's going on. The first few days I made like 6 videos, or I made 12 tweets, or I streamed a bunch on my Twitch, but I just can't find the motivation now. I'm just kind of tired of streaming on Twitch. I'm tired of playing the same games over and over again right now. I have a ton of video ideas in my head, but I just can't seem to get myself to sit down and commit to filming them, even though I'm in my house anyway. This is all I'm able to do right now. Why am I not doing it? And then you fast forward to about 2 weeks into quarantine. This is when things took a slightly darker turn than the previous posts. This is when the same people began saying things that were very self-depreciating. They began really beating themselves up. They began really putting themselves down and talking down to themselves, kind of insulting themselves for the fact that 2 weeks had gone by in quarantine. In their minds, there was no reason at all why they shouldn't have been punching out content left and right, sometimes multiple times per day, and they'd accomplished nothing at all. In fact, some of them even said, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like I've become, more useless than ever. I can't even bring myself to get out of bed when I finally have an opportunity that will never arise again in my life, where I have all the time in the world to accomplish the goals I've been setting out to accomplish. Why can't I just buckle down and get it done? And I could be wrong, but I wonder if those of you watching this video have seen it too. I really think it's happening a lot more on YouTube and on Twitter than it is on Instagram. And I think the reason for that is Twitter is kind of just a thought dumping ground. You have limited characters to explain what you're going through, and it's very easy to just get whatever you're upset about or excited about out into the open right there and just be done with it for the day, unless you're answering comments to it. And with YouTube gives people this strong sense of, I really have to stick to a schedule. I have to do certain things on my channel, otherwise I'll never be recognized for my hard work, and no one's ever going to take me seriously on the platform, and I'm going to completely screw myself over after getting this far. And unfortunately, that is kind of true with YouTube. YouTube, you kind of have to follow the algorithm almost to the letter unless you're one of the very lucky ones. Otherwise, you're just never going to be seen. You're never going to be noticed. YouTube is not going to take care of you in any way. It's just hard, and a lot of people are just pounding themselves over the fact that they know they're kind of slipping through that hole of the algorithm on YouTube by not posting regularly right now, by, as you know, they put it, not accomplishing anything in quarantine, and they know that means that they're going to slip a bit. The reason why I think that it's not as bad on Instagram is because, yes, if you want to be one of the people who's just popular on Instagram, you know, like an Instagram influencer, and you're not as concerned with other platforms, it isn't as big a deal because, yes, you should be posting maybe at least 5 times a week, but it's not as specific. Like with YouTube, when you're creating your channel, you want to make sure that you have a specific genre kind of in mind. Like if you like makeup, you're going to want to find a way to fit into the beauty guru niche, and that's going to be the main focus of your channel. If you're into fitness, it's going to be fitness videos. It's very, very focused on something. That's why people like me who like to just kind of put whatever they're thinking about at the time on their channel don't grow as quickly, and that's fine. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here just because I have something to say and I want to say it to somebody. With Instagram, on Monday, you can be like, I want to post a photo, but I don't feel like getting myself all ready this morning, so I'm just going to post a photo of my breakfast. On Tuesday, all right, my makeup looks good. I'll post a photo of my makeup. Wednesday might be an outfit. Thursday might be the way you decorated the room that you're in right now. It can be photos of almost anything as long as you have a theme going. Like if you have a certain filter that you tend to use, you're more or less going to be okay on Instagram. So most Instagram influencers are not, I mean, they're taking it as hard as everyone else, but like they're not having as much internal struggle, I think, as people on YouTube and on Twitter are right. Sorry to pause the video so suddenly, but as I was editing it, I realized that the point I just made did not quite come out the way I was hoping that it would. I hope that everyone who is watching this video right now understands that in no way am I trying to say that people on Instagram are not struggling at all. And in no way am I trying to say that if you are an Instagram influencer, you have it any less difficult than anyone else. What I am trying to explain is that Instagram has a little bit more leeway and a little bit more freedom when it comes to the type of content you decide to upload. You can kind of mix it up and make a little bit more of a variety if you feel like it, and for the most part, people will be okay with it. At least that's how it's been for me and a lot of the people that I know on Instagram. When it comes to YouTube, however, things are very different, because if you're someone who is known for a certain type of video and you decide, I'm tired today, I don't think I can make that kind of content, I need to try something else instead, people are a lot less forgiving and they get a lot more irritable over the fact that you're not making the type of content that they signed up for. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to people to try to make them feel better. Honestly, during this quarantine, if you're on YouTube and you're struggling to put out the kind of content that people signed up to see and they subscribe to your channel for, you probably will lose subscribers. It's an unfortunate truth that a lot of people are going to face, that a lot of people are going to lose subscribers during the quarantine because people just will not be understanding about the fact that they were mentally unable to produce any content, or maybe they could only produce a certain type of content that usually isn't on their channel. A lot of people simply will not understand that. However, I want you to remember that when all of this is over, even if you lose 1,000 subscribers on your channel or 100,000 subscribers on your channel, I know that's a hard hit, but the people who truly care about you will still be there to have your back no matter what. They will not have gone with the rest of them, and you will earn those subscribers back once you come back. That's all I have to say. Back to the video now. And it's really sad to me because We've all seen it. We've all seen a YouTuber that we enjoyed disappear for a couple of weeks. They needed a break for some reason or another. And when they come back, they're apologizing profusely, saying they can't believe how neglectful they were and they can't believe they just left their channel for that long and they'll never do it again. We've all seen it happen. And those of us who care about the creator as a human being always feel really bad when we see stuff like that, because at the end of the day, your mental health and your physical health should always take precedence over getting a video out. And I think that even YouTubers forget this is your job. If you're getting paid to make YouTube videos, whether it's through AdSense or through brand deals, however it is, if you're getting paid to sit here and create videos and upload them to your channel week after week, it is a job. Sometimes in a regular 9-to-5 job, if you're having such a bad mental health day that you cannot get out of bed, what do? You call in sick and you use your sick days. If you are in physical pain, you have sick days. If you've had a few days in a row where you just can't seem to get your mind focused on what you need to do and you're like, I desperately need a break, what do? You take vacation days. You're still entitled to that even if you are a creator online. This is an art form. It sounds strange, but it is. It's an art form. It's just like when I sit down and I create a painting. I am allowed, even as an artist, to take a break and say, I need a couple weeks off because I'm going stir crazy here, or I can't focus because I'm burnt out. It's okay. You're allowed to have that break. Look at, one of the most popular YouTubers on the platform, Jenna Marbles. You know that she's gonna put her all into every video, no matter how silly it seems that she puts out on her channel, but she's also smart. Every year in December and January, you know she's going to take between a week and 2 weeks off, because she knows if she doesn't, she won't be able to produce the best content that she can. It's important, even if it only is that infrequent, only a couple weeks out of the year, you need to take some time off. Right now, everyone in the world who's under quarantine is struggling. There's not a single person who isn't having a hard time. Even people like me who are chronically ill and spend most of their time in their home already are having a hard time right now. And everyone deals with that in a different way. Some people produce more because they're like, I have to go. I have to get things done. I can't just sit here. I'm gonna lose my mind if I just sit here. I need to accomplish something. And other people get so done with the fact that they feel trapped that they just can't get out of bed. And both of those are okay. Both of those reactions are acceptable. You need to let yourself react in whatever way you need to get through this. You're not lazy. Anyone can look at your channels. Anyone can look at all of the videos you've created over the years and see that you are in no way a lazy person. You're just dealing with this in whatever way your brain is trying to help you process it. And if you can't get out of bed, that's because your brain knows that if you try to accomplish too much right now, you're going to hurt yourself and beat yourself up even more than when you're doing nothing, because you can't handle what's going on in the world right now and you need a break. It's forcing you to take that time off right now. It's forcing you to take a breather and recollect yourself and get yourself ready so that when you are okay enough to do it, you're actually able to put your all into it. On top of everything else I've mentioned, I've seen these people also saying that they feel guilty about the fact that they're not producing content right now, but their followers are still supporting them in some way, whether they're, going on their Ko-fi account or supporting them on Patreon or in a channel membership. In some way, they're financially supporting them, and they're like, I feel terrible that there's so many people who are on unemployment right now who don't know when they're going to be able to go back to work, who don't know whether or not they can pay their rent, throwing $2 my way here and there because I'm not even giving them something in return. The thing you need to understand, if you're one of these people who's really struggling with the fact that people are still giving you money when you are not producing something during the quarantine, is that if this is a person who is willingly following you from social media platform to social media platform, checking in on you, commenting to you everywhere, answering any questions you have, no matter how mundane they may seem, that person sees you as more than just an entertainer. That person sees you as more than just a face on a screen on a computer. If that person is willing to follow you around everywhere and check on your well-being day after day and interact with you and make sure you're doing well and make sure that you're supported, even if it's only with $1, that person cares about you as a human being very much. We don't have to know you super personally to know that we care about you. You can care about people that you barely know. You can care about cashiers at the grocery store or bank tellers that you see every Friday for 15 minutes. You can care about people that you see in a box on your lap. So just cut yourself a break. I know it's really hard right now, but we're here for you. We care about you as a person. Whoever's watching this, I care about you as a person. And we would rather see you well than see you stressing over putting up enough content during the quarantine. If you get nothing done at all during quarantine, so be it. It's okay. It means that you weren't ready to and you shouldn't have. You're doing the best that you can right now, given the circumstances and whatever is at your disposal. And you can't do better than your best. That just isn't possible. I hope this reached somebody who's been having a hard time with all of this. And if you need to talk, my DMs are always open on Twitter and my inbox is open on my Instagram as well. If you just need to vent, I might not have all the answers, but I'll try my best, and I stay up pretty late at night. But as always, do something that makes you happy today, no matter what anyone else says about it, and I hope to see all of you again very soon.